Hello and welcome everybody to another Aetherdrift draft. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at rank number 236. The last draft didn't go particularly well. We drafted a sweet blue-red discard deck splashing the best rare in the entire set. We won the game that we got to play it, but unfortunately the others didn't go our way. But you know what? A lot to learn in this format, and I am happy to continue moving forward and trying to pick up more trophies along the way and cut this down because 236... I don't like that number. All right, now before we head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. If you want to pick up TCG singles or sealed product, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. You want to pick up some singles to round out your constructed decks, your standard decks, your modern decks, your vintage decks, and your commander decks. Or if you wanted to buy some booster boxes, TCGplayer.com is the place to go to for all of those things. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. Additionally, check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want great deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They're always looking to upgrade their products, and they're always just super active. They're trying their best to be innovative in the space. Really, really big fan of their stuff. Make sure you check them out. Also, they're going to be at MagicCon. Swing by the booth and say hi. Tell them Paul sent you, and you should get 10% off there as well. All right. Well, this one's easy, friends. We opened a Draconautics Engineer, one of the better rares in the set. This card's amazing. 2 mana for a 2/2 exhaust. Your other creatures gain haste, but put a +1/+1 counter on this. You generally, if you can help it, you want to wait till turn 6 so you can play this and make a dragon. But, you know, if you don't have anything to play, you still play this. It's amazing. Grease Wrench, this pack is awesome. Grease Wrench Goblin is also a really good aggressive card. Glory Heath Lynx is also a really good aggressive card. And then there's, of course, everybody's favorite Thundering Broodwagon, which is one of the big payoffs to be in the Golgari colors. You can cycle this early, you reanimate this, and all of a sudden you have a giant monstrous creature that kills something when it hits play. So all these uncommons are awesome. All these commons are not so awesome. But this rare that I'm first picking, awesome. Alrighty. What do we have? Okay. Few options. Scrounging Skyray. Very good if I wanted to do the blue-red discard thing, but don't think I'm in love with that. If this like tables, maybe I can consider it. Dredger's Insight, I've mentioned it before. I really like this card, but specifically in black-green. And given the Draconautics Engineer shard, I'm not super interested in this. So it really comes down to 2 cards in my opinion. There's Momentum Breaker. Red-black speed can be a thing. This is a really nice, cheap way to start your engines and gain some life. And then also just, you know, it gets a creature. It gets not the best creature necessarily, but I think that's okay. But Stampeding Scurryfoot, I can't get enough of this card. I love this card. But Momentum Breaker, I think, is the other option out of that pack. But it's no secret, green is the best color in the format for the time being. So I think when I have a close decision between 2 cards, I will opt to take the green card. If any, and honestly, I think the Scurryfoot is just better than Momentum Breaker. So I'm just taking what I believe to be the best card out of that pack. But sometimes you get packs like this. The commons stink. So many of the commons kind of stink in this format. What do I even take? I can take Omnivore, Burner Rocket, but what is there even a card in another color that I want? There's an Ether Siphon, I guess. Gosh. Second picking a Gibberick Omnivore feels pretty bad, but you know what? Whatever. We took the Scurryfoot. I don't really want to take Ether Siphon this early. Moving into this seems fine. Okay. Well, this is clearly... like, blue-green exhaust is something that I also really like to draft, and honestly, you know, if I can get good mana fixing, I can potentially splash this. Noting that there's also a Grimbauble and a Wreckage Wicker Folk in this pack, which are both good. And Beast Rider Vanguard is also good, but this is a 4th pick Sky Serpent Seeker. I'm going to take it here because if I get this kind of late, if people are interested in doing the exhaust thing, they would take this card. So why don't we try taking the Sky Serpent Seeker here and see where this goes. We're seeing a bunch of air response units, which I actually think kind of sucks. Like, I do not understand this card. Like, why is this an uncommon? Why are the stats so bad? This needs First Strike. I don't know. Yeah, if you add First Strike to this, maybe it's playable. Anyways, I don't want to take this. Marauding Mako, very good if you're doing the discard deck, if we took the Scrounging Skyray. But given our start, with what we have, if I'm red-green, I don't want to discard anyways. Flood the Engine, I actually believe to be possibly the best blue common. It's this or the bounce spell, but there's not that many ways to get punished for this. And removing the text on the cards also is quite strong. Oh my gosh. Well, we could have had double Sky Array plus Mako. But blue, very, very open color here. And you know what? I like bounce off as well. And this doesn't commit us to doing the cycling thing. So, you know, blue-green also, one thing that I noticed, I had good blue-green decks in the past, and sometimes I had less than stellar results, and it was because I didn't have enough interaction. So let's take the bounce off here. The Sky Streak Engineer is also okay, but I think it's like more replaceable, whereas I really like the bounce off here. Now there's bounce off versus Ether Siphon. If I'm blue-green, I will just have more than enough things to do with my mana with all the exhaust cards that I'm going to have. So I want to have bounce off here, I think. All right, now there's a trip up. All the interaction here. Green kind of slowing down here. Maybe there is a world. If everything tables, maybe I do the blue-red thing. But I'll take a trip up here. Wretched Doll is also fine, but, you know, this is... We are getting plenty of interaction here now. Now we have Howler's Heavy versus Clamorous Ironclad. I guess I'll take Howler's Heavy. I don't really want to play this in a blue-green deck, though. But maybe there's a world where we shift into a blue-red deck. I don't really love the Jaguar, so it's either Howler's Heavy. I'm going to take the Swiftwater Cliffs. If I end up in blue-red, it's going to be good. Also, it allows me to potentially splash for the Draconautics Engineer. So let's take that. And now the packs are drying out. Take a Camera Launcher, but I don't love it. Ooh, hey, you know what? I like this card. It's a perfectly playable card. Another mana sink to play. All right, the cycling stuff didn't table, which is fine. So that's not the direction we're going to go. So I guess perhaps maybe like... I was thinking maybe there's a chance we go blue-red, but I guess now we're kind of sticking to blue-green, even though green wasn't super-duper open. And now this is another pack that's really underwhelming. There's an Ovia, which I don't really love. There's a Loxodon Surveyor, which is a fine filler level 3 drop, I guess. There's a Galvanic Blast, which is just a shock, but shock's good. I guess I'll take this over Hull Drifter. Just focus on my curve here for now. Like I said, blue-green typically tends to have more than enough things to do. Hull Drifter Transit Mage would have been cool. I want to try this card, though. Transit Mage is really good, but I don't currently have any artifacts to search for it yet. And this is a 2-drop with some really, really nice upside. So let's take that. And now we have this pack, which has Pothole Mole versus Skystreak Engineer. And I wonder in blue-green which one is better. You know, I've actually been less impressed with this card. I like it in green-black, but if you miss, it's a horrible feeling. And let's just take more 2-drops and more mana sinks, because this also sets us up. If we get some good exhaust payoffs, then having all of these ends up being really, really good. Rocketeer Boost Buggy, notably good if I wanted to splash the red, but let's just stay the course here. Blue felt pretty open. Fang Guardian is an awesome, awesome green creature. Very, very happy to pick that up. And the Ovia just keeps on coming, but Flood the Engine, really, really good removal spell. Very, very happy to have that. So now I have double Flood the Engine, double Bounce Off, and Trip Up. So my interaction suite's looking pretty good. And here we have, oh geez, Hazard of the Dunes. All right, all the green coming in this pack. This card just awesome, of course. I want the Ranger's Ether Hive. I'm looking for Ranger's Ether Hive, and what's the other card? The 2 mana 3/3 that draws me a card when I exhaust. That's also pretty good. Do I want another Omnivore or Spectral Interference? You know what? I think Spectral Interference actually works really well in a deck with exhaust. And I already have 5 2-mana creatures, and I have a Gibrick Omnivore already. So yeah, I believe this if there's a deck where Spectral Interference is legitimately very strong, I think it's in blue-green. So let's take that. Here, I don't really care for any of these cards. I'll take Crash and Burn in case I absolutely need to splash red for removal. But I don't think we're set up well enough to splash the red. And I feel like I have a pretty decent setup here in just blue and green. Decent interaction, decent mana sinks, nothing insane. It's not the blue-green deck that I had before with triple Rangers Aether Hive, but it's still fine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exhaust creatures and a bunch of cheap things to do. And more cheap things are better in a deck with a bunch of exhaust cards, right? You just want to play to the board early because in the late game, you're always going to have something to dump your mana into. All right, Rangers Refueler, Elvish Refueler. Those are cards I'm looking for. Rangers Aether Hive. Okay, this is a whiff of a pack. I'll take the Jaguar. If I need a random large creature, but highly doubt it. Here, there's a bunch of nothing burgers. Oh, I didn't see that I have a starting column as well with the Swiftwater Cliffs. Okay. Just something to be mindful of. Nothing tabling. I thought this card was going to be good, but I guess white isn't very good because this does not have a good win rate. This looks good, right? 2 mana for a 2/2 creature. First strike on your turn. Start your engines. Like, that seems like a good card. Ooh. Another interfere. I will happily play that too. So 16 cards here after pack 1 and 2. Very, very happy with that. And now, hey, actually some playable options. We can either take Flood the Engine number 3 or Stock Up. I think Stock Up is excellent. Crypt Color Chariot's really cool. It's kind of interesting. This would be way better if it was blue or red because they're doing the discarding thing. When you cycle, you make 2/2 zombies. So do I want a Gas Up spell or Flood the Engine? I don't know. I think I have enough interaction here. Could be famous last words, but every time my opponent plays a Stock Up, I feel really sad. So I want to be the one that makes my opponent sad and play the Stock Up. Look at all our blue cards. Very good. Like 2 floods, 2 bounce offs, and 1 trip up seems fine. Certainly looking for creatures here. I don't actually like Lifecraft Engine very much. Crew 3, you're not going to have a lot of the same creature types, so that's not something that I want. Broadside Barrage is a good removal spell, but that's on the splash. This might be the time now to take the Migrating Ketrodon. Really good top-end card. One of the best top-end creatures in the format. And cycles early too. Yeah, let's take this. It just stabilizes you perfectly. Here, Pothole Mole versus Thornwood Falls. All right, Pothole Mole is still good enough to play here. It's certainly better than Loxodon Surveyor. So let's take it here. River Churn Monument. You know, this is not a bad sideboard card. But I'm not going to take it here. I feel like I have no problem just winning with my creatures. So I'll take Night Market for mana fixing. That's a late Lightning Strike and Haunt the Network, by the way. Molt Tender I like. Let's take that. I don't really care for Midnight Mangler. Guidelight Pathmaker is a good card if you're blue and white, but this is just a nice way to get some acceleration going. And it's a 1-drop. And I do like Keen Buccaneer. Memory Guardian is also really good. It looks like somehow the blue-black or blue-white artifacts seems really open. Engine Rat, Grim Bobble, Memory Guardian here as well. But Keen Buccaneer is a totally fine card to play in the 3 mana slot. I like it more than the Surveyor. Here I can take Plowthrough or Skystreak Engineer. I actually don't have that many big creatures. I'm going to just take I'm just going to take another creature. Let's just take the creature. Gastel Thrillseeker late. Let's just play to the board. I have a lot of spells already as well. 2, 4, 5 interactive spells and 2 counters. That seems pretty good. That's a really late Ride's End. Holy cow. And a Wreckage Wicker Folk. So blue-black artifacts maybe is where we need it to be. We're certainly not tabling anything. Yeah, all these cards that don't matter. Maybe we'll table the Thornwood Falls. That would be really nice. I could play 1 copy of Howler's Heavy as a combat trick. Doesn't seem bad. This just helps with our mana fixing and also cycles in the late game. I do need one of these cards, and I'm leaning towards... I don't know. Like, should I play the Draconautics Engineer here? I did pick up double Night Market and a Swiftwater Cliffs. The thing is, like, you need double red to be able to play this on turn 6. So at that point, like, how important is this card? And I feel like my deck's pretty good as a 2-color deck. Yeah, let's try a Howler's Heavy. None of these cards really stand out to me. I feel like I have plenty of creatures. And this is looking pretty solid, I would say. Granted, we kind of got cut off in the last pack. I did expect to see more blue cards, honestly, given what we saw in pack 1, but even the blue dried up in pack 3. I took something over I took this over a Plow Through, and I'm pretty happy with that, just because right now we're on 15 creatures, but Howler's Heavy is more of a 2-mana combat trick, I think. And I think it's nice to have just as a one-of. It really gets people. It's gotten me for sure. So let's try this out and see how this plays out. Now, question is, do I want more blue or green? Given that I have the 1-mana green cards, let's switch this. Even though I have more blue cards in general, it's pretty close. This still gives me 9 blue sources, and I want to be able to play these turn 1. All right, let's give this a whirl. All right. Whew. I kind of like this deck. We'll see how it plays out. All right. Now, if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support this channel in another way, I have a Patreon channel. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Super special shout out to all the patrons here on the right side. Thank you so much for all your support, as it truly does mean a lot and allows me to continue making this content. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, along with specialized videos that I make for the Patreon only. So if you wanted to support the channel and also get access to extra content and join an awesome community to get better, I think the Patreon is an excellent way to do so. All right, gonna keep this hand. Night Market, 2 Islands, Bounce Off, Sky Streak Engineer, and Sky Serpent Seeker. Let's play this and play it for green. Sky Serpent Seeker, sure. Can play a stock up on turn 3. Pretty interesting. Walking Sarcophagus, okay. You know what? I'm just going to play this instead. Boom. 2 speed. Granted, we don't really have, like, start your engines payoffs, really, but this is still fine. What happens if I miss a land drop? I probably just have to cast stock up, right? We didn't get any exhaust payoffs, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, our cards are fine, but there's like 3 or 4 that we could have gotten or seen, but we didn't see any. We're living in a weird world right now. It's like either you're doing exhaust stuff, reanimation stuff, or artifact stuff. A lot of the speed stuff doesn't seem especially strong to me. You're 3 colors and you have this in your deck? Wait, what is happening? Okay. This is all their turn, right? Yeah. Huh. I really can't afford to miss a land drop here. This and Seats of Armor, when I don't have this much mana, doesn't seem that good. I think the Scurryfoot's actually just better. Gonna take it slow with the speed. I don't want the Sarcophagus to be a 3-3. Keeping a 3-3 back here seems fine. Alright, Boommobile. I feel I've had a lot of my opponents play this card against me. Not ideal. Well, at least they can only kill one of my things. Sure. Crew 2? Goodness. Just gonna make sure I get my value here and exhaust the Scurryfoot, but of course we can't attack. Okay, Gilded Goda. They're just all over the place, aren't they? I guess they're blue-red. That's what it is. Okay. Ooh, Flood the Engine is really nice. Being able to keep a 6/6 locked up seems pretty good, so let's do that. And now we can actually attack. think they're going to take it. And then I can play the Skystreak Engineer, which blocks everything. So, good spot to be. And they can't really profitably block my 3/3s, given the body of the creatures that they have right now. And I'm happy with this trade, so. All right, we have maxed out on speed, and now we play a 1/3 flyer to block the diversion unit. And, you know, decent spot, but of course they still have 4 cards in hand. Stock up. Very good card. What did I take it over? Whatever, I got to cast it, so I should be happy. How are they on such high life total? Oh, the gain lands. So if I draw a land, we have the Ketradon. Presumably they're going to play another land here and then just something here. Lightning Strike, sure. Okay. Ketradon is great. So they're just all three colors. Okay, do not care about that. Do not care about that. It's just a whole lot of random stuff. What? Do I even save the Ketradon? This feels like too good of a deal to give up on. Alright, sure. I'll save the bounce off, I guess. Like, I could have bounced one of the creatures, but I can still use this to bounce something big. And also prevents if they had some kind of like a combat trick. I don't know. Loot? Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. Well, now I kind of wish I had the Ketria Triome. Oh no, this is bad. I mean, loot is just absolutely bonkers. Why did I tap like that? Ugh. Oh, man. God, I wish I had a blue source here. I just gotta play everything. So now they have the tough choice of killing either my Vanguard or my Skystreak Engineer. Man, that's how you got loot and you have Boomobile. What? What is this? Oh my gosh. This is not, this, like, what is happening? What is actually happening here? I guess I should have kept the Ketradon around. I didn't expect something like a loot here. So they can kill a 3 toughness creature here. Or my Vanguard. Wow, this is really disappointing. Let's see what kind of mana they leave up. If they leave up blue, I can actually kill them. Well, no, I can't. Never mind. God, this is so crazy. Hold on. How do I do this? If I bounce this, what happens? They kill one of my things? If they crew my Boomobile... Well, no, they're just gonna kill one of my things, huh? That was not a great find. How many cards left? 19. God, these are just the worst possible creatures to bounce. All right. I think this is pretty important given that I have nothing else to do with my hand. This is a pretty... What if I double block? Yeah. It's awkward because if they draw the 3 cards, I can just kill them. If they don't have anything else. Okay, this became a really interesting game. I thought I was... Oh. Hello? Not ideal, but I still gotta do it. So now they have a tough choice, right? It's like, do I crew the Boommobile, or do I draw 3 cards? Okay, so they crew the Boommobile, which is fine. And the Exhaust is a tap ability, which is great. So now I just don't need to attack, and I don't want to bounce this because I don't know what they have. But I just play the Beast Rider Vanguard and I just pass, and the next turn I can attack with everything. And this gives me maximum layer of protection. Flood the engine, we will activate. Oh my gosh, wow, we beat Loot. We beat Loot and double Boommobile. Okay. Okay, I suppose I should have just kept my Ketrodon alive. I don't know. I was just really happy taking the 3-for-1 and thought it was going to be really tough for them to come back, barring a mythic rare. All right. That was an epic game. Keep this. Night Market Forest. Some cards. Well said, Paul. You don't have a 1-drop. Get out of here. Oh, never mind. You have an incredible 1-drop. Turn 1 Nesting Bot. Start your engines? That is pushed. That is super pushed. Okay, well at least they played an 0-4. The nice thing about the interference is it's just always good. Huh. I'll play your game. Diversion unit. Sure, let's just counter it. Molt Tender. Alright, let's play this and try to hit a land. If I don't hit a land, I hit everything. Oh, yes! That was perfect, because now we can play the Molt Tender to get us additional mana, and now our hand's amazing. Did they miss a land drop? I think they did. But now we can kind of attack with these creatures without worry. Collision Course, never mind. It's a freebie, right? Like, sure, they could have bounce off, but whatever. I got to kill an interface ace for free, and I have a 4-2 in play. Fane Guardian is amazing. The real question is, should I mill myself? Like, I don't have that many good graveyard things, but... Like, am I afraid I'm going to deck myself? Maybe. They discarded Lightning Strike? Okay. I don't think I'm going to mill myself, actually. Alright. Sometimes you gotta play a 4-mana 3-4. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta. It's still fine on this board. Oh, come on. See, just nobody. Nobody has respect for Magic. Just nobody has respect for this game. Alright. Alright, let's find some action now. Oh, come on. I can't hit 2 spells off of stock up? Okay. Well, 3 lands are on the bottom at least. Goodness. What does it make? A 1/1 servo? Okay. Alright, I guess we're just out of action here. Like, we have a Skystreak Engineer and that's it. I would have expected us to be able to find something extra. So we hit 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. So there's only 4 lands in 18 cards left. So that's a good sign for us, right? Out of the next, 18 cards, there's 4 lands left. Canyon Vaulter. What is this? So it's blue-white. Okay. I want to remove the text on this, so. Okay. Pothole Mole, sure. And now the question is, do I want to pump my Engineer or play the Sky Serpent Seeker? I don't care about getting more lands, and I don't want to shuffle my deck. Oh no, this gets lands from the top. I'm just going to pump this. Just like, alright, I got 2/3 power creatures. Good luck. I still have Flood the Engine here and Sky Serpent Seeker. They have 2 cards left. Dracosaur Auxiliary. Okay, so that kills my Molt Tender, which is not that big of a deal. They're attacking with the 1/1? That's crazy. Okay. They're probably going to chump block with the 1/1. They have maximum speed. Let's flood these engines. And let's flood the board. Aha, ha, ha. All right, 1 card left for the opponent. Boom, Scholar on the splash. Okay. Okay. That just kills them, right? So if I do this and I exhaust, everything becomes a 4 power creature. Yep. I'm glad I get to actually use this ability. That's pretty cool. Pay X is 2. Yep. Haumph! Oh, and it's really nice with +1/+1 counters. Alright. Alright. Had some really interesting games here, but we are at the end of the day. 2-0. Man, these games get long and complicated. There's so much you have to be mindful of. Exhaust, speed, graveyard. It's just a lot. So if you're a new player, you know, this is a big change from Foundations Draft. All right, opponent on the play here. 2 islands on the draw with 3 blue spells I can cast and a Migrating Ketrodon to cycle if I don't draw land number 3, namely green would be nice for the Pothole Mole. Absolutely keeping this hand. God, I love Spectral Interference. I should probably, maybe I should be taking this even higher. It's just, It's so hard to play around pay 4. But of course, on the draw here, if they get a quick start, it's obviously not great. In general rule of thumb is you want to play your creatures first. So here, like, I can go Skystreak Engineer, which blocks the Beast Rider Vanguard. Next turn, I can play Night Market for green, and then keep up the interference. Bobble? I guess? Sure. Oh, I just drew Forest. Okay, I guess I can just play the Mole. I'm gonna take an untapped land here. Let's take an untapped Forest. I already have a Night Market to cycle. This is annoying. This is annoying. And I don't have a lot of pressure, so when they get to that mana, it's gonna be something that I don't like dealing with. All right, let's play Seat of Varma. Pass. The thing is, like, I don't... If they really on turn 5... I'm really glad I played a creature here. I drew a creature. Because if their turn 5 plays activate Beast Rider Vanguard, I feel like that's good for me in general. Also, what's good for me is if they just literally play anything here and I counter it. That's also good for me. Now, if they play a removal spell on Seat of Varma, that's not great. I'll probably save it, honestly. That's the nice thing about bounce off is you can bounce your own things. Oftentimes, good bounce spells only allow you to target your opponent's creatures. No, you don't. Okay, that was really good. All right, so let's go. Let's start our engines. Let's attack. And then I'll play the Night Market so I can play the Ketradon next turn. Let's do this for green. I'm actually not even sure how good these tap lands are in my deck. I like casting my spells, though. All right, so we have a nice board here. Let's see what they have. It looks like they have like the ram through or something, but that doesn't actually kill Seat of Varma. What's really nice is it's not even a tap ability. So if I do this next turn for 3, I have a lethal attack? That's pretty crazy. Okay, so they're surveilling. They have 3 green mana with 2 cards in hand. Then I guess I have to decide whether or not I want to just play Ketradon or pump this. Still don't think 3 green can actually deal with what I have. Curious how they block. Okay. Okay. Sure. Black-green doesn't have a whole lot of sweepers, so I think just playing the Ketradon's pretty good here. If they kill the Varma, I still have a 6/6 in play, and they're at 10 life. Camera Launcher is not going to get it done. Okay. If you want to concede, I'll let you concede. Okay, there we go. All right. They had kind of a mediocre draw. They mulliganed. And Seat of Varma's great. I'm glad I'm playing it. It just gives you that late game inevitability, right? It's just like, oh, I have some creatures in play. If you don't kill it, you die. And it's a 2-mana 2/3. Alrighty. Opponent on the play. Ooh, this hand is kind of... I just hate mulliganing. I have a 2-drop and I have a bunch of islands. I can play things. It's not the most powerful hand, but I still think it's fine. Lorna is something I'm extremely thrilled to see here because it doesn't do anything right now. And my deck can easily beat a Lorna. Okay. Probably should... Okay. Vroom vroom. If I draw a forest, what do I do? I probably just keep up the interference, to be honest. Just because the Vanguard right now doesn't do anything. Howler's heavy. Does that matter at all? Yeah, I mean, I'll still just counter it. It's a 3/4. Like, imagine 2 mana to kill a 3/4. Would you do it? Probably. I don't think I care too much to play the Seat of Armor right now. I can't even attack anyways. And this, if I pass, they kind of have to kill this. The question is, if they kill this, do I let it die? Probably? I don't know. It's somewhat interesting. Fuel the flames. Yeah, I'll save it. It's good value. It's an instant. They played it out at sorcery speed. Marauding Mako. Okay. Ooh, Forest was a good draw. So I have Flood the Engine for the Mako. I assume they have a way to kill the Seat of Arma. Broadside Barrage would be really nice. Because that would pump the Mako. But look at this. I have 3 things that require mana. So I'm okay here. I should probably deal with this though. You got me. Okay, look at them. They're going off. They're going off. Okay. They can't counter this either, so that's good. I mean, I want to slow this down. I have Trip Up as well, but I want to be able to keep up Trip Up. Sure. I want to be able to keep up Trip Up and then also keep up like my instant speed abilities. 4 cards in hand. I mean, this looks like the blue-red deck that you are supposed to draft. It looks way more synergistic than the deck that I had a couple days ago. Or yesterday, rather. No rush. No rush. Lightning Strike. Here's a really interesting thing about this. I can activate Seat of Arma to save it. They have 2 cards in hand. For 4. Or I can just activate this and not worry about it. Yeah, we'll do that. Because if they have a removal spell for this in response, that's pretty bad for me. I'll take the Night Market to cycle. Two, three, 4, okay. Alright, there's a land. I'm gonna pass. I don't want them to bounce this in response to the pump. I guess they could have a removal spell. Okay. Let's play the Buccaneer. Let's play the Omnivore. And pass. Okay. What if they have two of them? That would be a lot of Fuel the Flames. I kind of want to hold on this loot effect until I find another land, I think. But this is obviously a great board here. The thing is, they still have 3 cards in hand. I'm trying to figure out what they have. But next turn, I'm almost certainly going to go for the overrun line. It'll just get in for lots and lots of damage. Trade the Helm! Nice. Okay, nothing I can do. And Midnight Mangler. I think I want to bounce the Seat of Varma on upkeep. Just because it's, I mean, it's such a good card here. Because I want to draw it this turn. Yep. Yeah. I mean, this thing, if I play it, next turn it just attacks for so much, and the rest of my squad just kills them. All right, this blue-green deck. I love it. Just always stuff to do. I just feel like there's endless gas. And everything is so cheap that it's really hard for me to get run over as well. And this is just, by the way, a blue-green deck with, like, none of the payoffs. Right? This is just blue-green exhaust cards. And we're still winning. All right, I'll keep this. Some Sky Streak Engineers to block. My hand is all blue cards, so I'll name blue here, because there might be instances where I double spell with the blue cards. Bulwark Ox. That's not ideal. God, there are some nice 2-drops in this format. I'm not going to play the Engineer. I'm just going to try to counter whatever they play here. Like, they're definitely playing something. So they only hit me for 2. Next turn they're going to get me, but... Okay. It's pretty good, though. Little Molt Tender Sky Streak Engineer turn. And then we have the card in the graveyard, too. Oh, nothing! Wow! Oh my gosh, that was so huge. They could have spin out. Trying to figure out my best line here. Just because they likely have a removal spell. Maybe it's just pass and keep up, trip up. If they play a creature, I can bounce the Bulwark Ox in response. Yeah, I'll pass. And if they do nothing, then I can just pump this. Wow, that's a big card, though. Okay, well, we're gonna trip that up. And I will mill myself just because I feel like I need a few more cards to make sure that I always have mana here. Okay, that was a land. Bounce off. Okay. I'm just gonna play this. Seems pretty good on this board. Let's attack for 1. I think I just want to bounce this. Like, this is just such a great tempo play. So let's just bounce the Sloth. And then we can just keep attacking. Let's play stock up here. See if we can find more bounce spells. Counter spells would also work. Oh my gosh, that is cooking with gasoline. Certainly taking the interference. Flood the Engine also seems pretty good. Fang Guardian seems good. I have plenty of creatures, so I think I'll take Flood the Engine here. And now I feel like I have enough cards in graveyard where I don't really need to mill myself. Okay. Wow. They drew a 2-mana rare bomb. That's not good. Sure. Wow. What a find. What do you have one artifact in your graveyard? What does this say? Artifacts you control. That doesn't seem very good. Okay, we'll let that resolve. All right, Portable Mole is pretty good, but I probably want to keep this back. Sorry, why do I keep saying Portable Mole? Pothole Mole. Thing is, they can't really attack me very well. I have a pretty decent board to block with here. They know I have the Spectral Interference, I'm pretty sure. But what can you do? Then now we can just start focusing on pumping up our engineers. They just can't attack me. Ooh, that's also good. They're at 15. Whoa. Oh, they can sack the Ox? Okay. I'll kill the Ox. Trading this for the Ox seems pretty good. Alright, and then let's... Then let's play this. Let's exile, I don't know. Spectral Interference. I don't think I have a way to get it back, so... Alright, so they only have one artifact in the graveyard. So this doesn't do much. Probably not even worth splashing, to be honest. Lotus Guard Disciple, sure. I guess they attack? I'll take it. I don't know what their last card is. Chitin Gravestalker? Sure. That is an incredible draw. So they can't block Hazard of the Dunes. Or my Skystreak Engineers. So let's attack with one of each so I can keep one back. Actually, you know, I should have attacked with both because I have the Ketrodon. Whatever. That was a good top deck, I will say. I will fully admit. Strong top deck. All right. Too much beef, too much value. And man, I really like that 2 in a blue removal spell. That just kills everything. So far, like, I just haven't been punished for it all that often. I think that's a premium removal spell in this format. Removing text is so big. And tapping it, keeping it tapped so they can't crew, also big. Rank 12. Look at you. I actually know who this is, too. We used to play Magic Law. If this is Russell Yakupov, this was I used to battle. We used to battle together a long time ago. Back when I used to live in Colorado. All right, nothing here for me to do. I'm not going to cycle this, but I have a couple of. This is a very controlling hand. All right. Well, I was going to flood the engines, the Venom Sac Lagak, but given that I drew the Sky Serpent Seeker, I'll just kind of force the removal spell here. And if they don't have it, then I can get some lands. I assume they have a removal spell. They're Golgari. Ooh, nothing. Just a Pothole Mole. Okay, they hit 3 lands, so that's probably good for them. And I am certainly interested in not taking damage here, I think. So I'll just... Like, trading with the Lagak actually seems very good here, because then I can play the Ketradon and not have to worry about a Death Touch creature on the opponent's side. Yuck! Oh, that's gross. I guess they just get a card here, huh? There's not much I can do here. I'll just give them the card. Like, I need to ramp. I'd rather ramp and give them a card, I think. All right, let's turn this off. Look, just removal. Boom. No text. I'm set up nicely now. Like, if I just draw any exhaust card, I'm looking pretty good. But Golgari deck, it's going to be a grind fest, right? They have lots of ways to win in the late game, and so do we. So, wait, why didn't they play that? All right, that was some not ideal sequencing. Gibrick Omnivore. Okay. Here's the question. Am I interested in just drawing the Surveyor? It's not bad. And I should do something, because if they have a removal spell for my Ketradon, it's really bad for me. So yeah, let's just bounce that. I'll keep it. Let's play Ketradon. And like I said, if they kill this, I take 5, but I could have taken 8. And I still have the Surveyor. Yep. Which does a good job of blocking the Pothole Mole. It's not like the most exciting draw, but it's still fine, right? Oh, I should have cycled this. I could have found a 2-drop to play. I thought I had 4 lands in play. Dredger's Insight, sure. Okay. They have a Ketradon and a Pactol Terror. Pactol Terror is not a bad card to play now. But they're going for the Ketradon. Do they have another creature to play here as well? Chitin Gravestalker. Woof. Yeah, they got some beef. And a Wretched Doll. Alright, their deck is rock solid. Howlers have... Oh! Oh, I could have blown them out. Oh, man. Big punt. Yeah, I should have cycled. Oh. That feels bad. Alright, so anyways, as is, I need to keep myself alive. So I don't really have much of an option here. Now they're gonna, yeah. They could have upkeep Wretched Doll. Depends on their land situation. But basically, I have to deal with a Wretched Doll that's surveilling every turn, plus a Migrating Ketrodon here, and I'm top decking. Ah! If I cycle the land, then I would have had this in play, and I would have had a creature in play. Darn. Okay. Bounce off, not ideal in spots like this. And they don't have any land drops, so that means their hand is just all spells. Okay, we're just cycling. All right, that's not good. Okay. This one's, oh, yeah. All right. You know what? All good. They just had a little more action than we did in that particular game. Small power, big heart. They gave me an achievement after I lost. That's not the right time. I'm sad. I guess they're trying to make me feel better. Alrighty. Okay, let us keep this. Couple of random 2-drops to play. Gas Guzzler. Well, 2 mana 1/3 is pretty good against Gas Guzzler. Engine Rat, okay. I assume they're going to attack me with Engine Rat. Boom! Howler's Heavy! Yes. Got him. Gastel Raider. Swing and a miss. Does not get Flood the Engine here. Let's play a couple of cards. Keep the 1/3 back. It blocks really nicely. And we have 3 mana sinks on the battlefield, so liking this. We got to get this creature for free as well. Most interested in activating my Sky Serpent Seeker. Packdoll Terror is certainly good. Ooh. I'm actually going to just turn that off. This card's highly, highly problematic. And I will attack with the Sky Serpent Seeker just because it's not going to block here. Ticket Tortoise. You get a treasure. Too many people are playing this card, but like I said, it's better than I thought it was. So they're mono black? That's impressive. Oh, so they really want to get to maximum speed here. I think I'd rather kill that because they can. If they get to max speed, they can sack the Packdoll Terror for extra value. Great. I just wanted to add to the board here for more blockers. And, like, I don't even care if I get to land off the Seeker anymore, right? So having a 2/3 in play here seems excellent. And then I can still cycle the Night Market if I hit the land off the Pothole Mole. And this thing can't attack. 1 card in hand. They have access to all the mana in the world. But they have to choose which creature they want to get me with. Let's cycle. Okay, Stampeding Scurryfoot. Oof. So much action. Why didn't they sack the foul roads? Weird. All right, I'm going to play the Scurryfoot here and just pass and leave up a bunch of mana to figure out kind of what I want to do. Like, I can either get lands or make a 3/3, and that'll be largely dependent on what they choose to kill if they have a removal spell. It looks like they probably have a removal spell here. Siphon Fuel, so that's definitely dead. I'm shocked they killed my flyer. The Vanguard is the one that gives me a ton of value over time. Well, I guess that's the reason why they didn't make the creature. Okay, this is an easy block. Oh no! Oh, what a freaking top deck! Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? They top decked the best possible creature on this board. That's unreal. So I have a question now. Do I want a 3/3? Or do I want to find something off Beast Rider Vanguard and lose my entire freaking board? Oh my gosh. Or do I want to get 2 lands in play? Oh my gosh, that's so crazy that they played that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna dig. Holy crap, this is insane. Like, literally, I can't think of a better card in that spot. Well, I'm glad we found Sita Varma. We can hit them for a lot, and this is a racing situation. Okay. I'm at 12. Can you miss? Please miss. Okay. They're at 19. If they block anything, I can Fang Guardian. If they don't block, I think I should still Fang Guardian to go with the overrun kill, because right now I can only get +6, like, Seed of Army will be 6 power, locks, yeah, that's only 12 damage. So this kills this even if they pump this. They're going to gain some life. But now I have 3 creatures in play. They're at 16. So they can make a 1/1. Sorry, they're at 23. They're at 20. Okay. It's a close-ish rate. Well, the Archfiend, at least the Archfiend, I mean, it's going to be hard for them to race me here, right? With the Archfiend. As long as they don't find a way to kill my Seed of Arma. Okay, mute. Okay, that's another chump blocker, though. So I think they have to block, right? Let me think. Yeah, they have to block. I gotta do this. For 5. All right, they're at 6 life. They can't just play 1 creature. What the heck? They attack me so quickly. Oh my gosh. What? This... I don't even have words for that game. That is... The number of things that needed to go wrong for... Like, wow. 5002. That one, like the black-green deck I lost to, I just lost. This one, I felt like I got robbed. Oh my gosh, that Archfiend. Probably the best Archfiend I've ever seen. Might be the best ever. Okay, let's recover. Our deck is still solid. I like my deck. All right, Thornwood Falls. Possibly means we have a long game ahead of us. Well, we have a 1-drop and a 2-drop. Excellent. What is stall out? Okay. I am okay with this. Generally, this is not a particularly good card, but it tells me they're more on the aggressive end of the spectrum? I don't know. All right, let's get some action, like these 2 cards, sure. So this is like the one turn where they get to resolve something big. Okay, that's good for us. It wasn't something too big. All right, I'm just gonna run this out, play it slow. Like, this is a good turn for me to counter something, I think. And then I have, what, a couple cards in my graveyard, so I'm going to have access to 6 mana next turn. Yeah, we'll counter that. Fang Guardian is a very good one. 21 cards. Let's just slowly just build a big board, shall we? 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Probably going to play an Archfiend. Mimeoplasm, okay. So what did they exile? So this is just a 6/6, right? Yeah, no crazy abilities. Okay. You want to hit me? All right. I guess I could have traded, but... Do I have lethal? Like, I don't even... Do I have lethal? I don't think so. I'm going to keep this up as a way to maybe protect this, if depending on the type of removal that they have. Okay. So, let's just exhaust this. Presumably they have a way to kill Seat of Varma. If they don't, they're really dead. Right? They have 3 cards in hand. I can also wait. They have 3 cards in hand. This just feels like a disaster waiting to happen. Like they had this as well. Broken Wings. Okay. Is that it? Alright, we're gonna go for it next turn. Like, they would have killed Sita Varma, I feel. Alright, it worked. They are at negative 23. This card's ridiculous. Whew, okay. It was a very all-in play, but I didn't really have any other thing I can do. Like, they had a big 6/6, and I just couldn't attack through it because I didn't find any bounce spells. So, all right, playing for the trophy. 5-0 into 0-2 into, hopefully, a 7-2. Alrighty, rank 172. Let's go for the trophy here. On the play, I'll keep this. No 2-drops. We have lots of cheap things to play, but this hand is a defensive hand, and our deck is very, very capable of winning the long game. Lots of exhaust cards. Stock up has been very impressive. Don't mind this at all. Also, I think our opponent mulliganed. And this means we're going to be up even more cards, so I do like this situation. Come on, 2-drop off the top. Don't play an Engine Rat. Okay, you played an Engine Rat. I will counter anything they play here. It's kind of funny doing this post-combat. It doesn't give anything away. Of course it doesn't. Perfect. Now, if I miss a land drop next turn, I'm just going to stock up and try to find lands. Pothole Mole. That's probably the play here. We're bound to find lands. Okay. Oh, gosh. It's always... My heart cannot handle it. It's always stressful. It is always stressful. I'm trading, by the way. This stupid Engine Rat can go into your graveyard now. Beast Rider. I am shutting that down, though, I will say. Really? That's aggressive. Oh, my. Basically, this is the way that they can grind me out. So I'm just going to keep that locked down. And I have another Flood the Engine. If I don't hit a land drop, I will play stock up. I guess I'll play stock up anyways. And let's take the 2 spells. Play this, tap it for blue, and we're good. Presumably they have a 5-drop. Or maybe it's all... If that's the case, it's probably like all removal spells, right? So I feel like if that's the case, I want to play a Surveyor here. I'll save my creature. Thank you very much. Do you have any big creatures? Usually black-green has big creatures. Okay, there you go. Alright, good use of our mana that turn. Although now I guess if they play one more big thing, we're kind of out of stuff, but... I still want to trade with this Engine Rat. I'm blue-green. I don't have a lot of ways to shut down an Engine Rat, so... Let's go, yes! Hazard of the Dunes. Okay, they're not close to pumping it up here. But I'll play my own Hazard of the Dunes here, just because that allows me to keep up the interference. If I didn't draw the interference, I'd probably just play the Ketradon. Spin out, okay. Their deck's good. Hopefully they don't have any more removal. Deathless Pilot. Well, we let that resolve. Alright. All in. One card left in hand for the opponent. If they kill this, then so be it, right? Like, it's like they had all the removal. Run over, spin out, siphon fuel. We tried our best here. And if we come up a little bit short here, then, you know, it's fine. How do we only have 17 cards left in our library? Man. No point attacking because they can block with the pilot. And get it back. Alright, well, we have a lot more lands than our opponent. I don't really have anything I can play. Ooh, good draw. Good draw, good draw. Gets more lands out of my deck. Thins it out. Did I hit the Seat of Arma? I sure hope not. Okay, I didn't. Hey, it's an evasive creature here. So happy with that. Nope. Ooh, that's not a bad draw either. Alright, let's attack. If they block here, look, it still ties up their mana, and now they don't have the 4 mana available, so I think this attack is completely fine. Okay. What you got? Okay, no blocks. I'll take 4. That's fine. Then I'll pump up my engineer, and I'll be in a good spot. Yep. Jeez. Okay. That's very surprising. Okay. Well, they don't have a pilot, at least. So, this is my line. If they attack me with Hazard of the Dunes, I will block with the Omnivore, play Fang Guardian to pump it, force them to pump it, and then trip it up. They're at 9 life. Very, very close game. Very, very close game. Interesting. Now I can just bounce Hazard of the Dunes. That seems pretty good. They have 2 cards in hand. They didn't use anything with the Deathless Pilot, which is interesting. Let's see what they have. If they kill my Migrating Ketrodon... Oh, they gain life. Oh, nice! Yes! Oh, that is insane. I don't know what that accomplishes. Maybe they have a ram through or something? Or whatever, a bite spell? Good game! Whew. Close one. Close one. They did a really good job managing their resources, all things considered, after that mulligan and me casting a stock up. But we were able to get it done. And that is a happy achievement there, friends. And a trophy. Blue-green. And I will say blue-green also feels awesome. It really, really does. And look at this deck. Look, this deck was fine, but like, outside of the Sita Varma, it was mostly just a collection of commons, right? I had a ton of commons. I had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18 commons. In this day and age, being able to get a trophy with a deck with 18 commons, you just don't see that very often. And that is proof. That is just proof that Exhaust is just a busted mechanic, right? Exhaust is extremely, extremely strong. Even with just a bunch of commons, you can get it done. The commons were certainly pushed in this. We kept a low curve. Spectral Interference was an all-star. It's amazing in blue-green. Take this highly. And the nice thing about this one is we respected the fact that we really, really need to make sure we have interaction. Flood the engine. Flood the engine. Great. Take this highly. I think it's the best blue common. I do think it's better than Bounce Off. This is not a tempo format. Bounce Off is good too, but Flood the Engine. It's just hard removal, right? And that's what you need. You need the hard removal for some of these annoying value creatures, Packdoll Terrors, Beast Rider Vanguards, Migrating Ketrodons. It's really, really important to have that. There is no sacrifice deck in this format, really. So you just really do not get punished for playing cards like Flood the Engine all that often. Bounce Off is like the only card I can think of where you can kind of counteract the Flood the Engine. There is not even, yeah, so this card is awesome. Spectral Interference, really, really good in this type of deck. Stock Up, just being able to get you your 2 best spells in the top 5. Honestly, one of the best card draw spells we've seen in Limited, right? 3 mana sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards. That's ridiculous. It's like a sorcery speed dig through time. But all these cheap things, we had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana sinks in our deck with the stock up. So we rarely ran out of things to do. And yeah, this one was really, really smooth. Went 7-2. One loss was to just a deck that had more action, and one loss was a crazy bunch of things had to happen for us to lose. So this, I think, is a really awesome deck that you can draft pretty consistently with mostly commons. If it says Exhaust, take it. Spectral Interference. And another thing, too, is a lot of my decks have been clunky and I've been getting run over. This is you just take a bunch of these 2s, and they're still just good. Right? Spectral Interference. I have a newfound respect for this card, and I am just really, really happy with just how smoothly this deck played out. Blue, green, and green, black are some of my favorite archetypes. Honestly, blue, green, green, black, red, green. They're all great. What do they have in common? Green. They're all green. But I think blue is strong as well. It's a really good support color. And look at all these commons. I like Flood the Engine. I like Interference. I like Trip Up, Bounce Off. And the Sky Streak Engineer was also totally fine. Even the Buccaneer. So while the creatures might not be huge, it's a really good support color with really good interaction. The fact that blue somehow has Bounce Off, Flood the Engine, and Trip Up, you have 3 just solid interactive spells that you can play in your deck with a counterspell. You just need to fill up the rest of your deck with other creatures. So again, blue-green, the teamer colors working well together with the green base. Golgari also working well. Also, I do think some kind of artifact control deck is good. I've lost to it. I haven't drafted it personally myself, but Packdoll Terror or whatever, the 4 mana 3/4 is amazing. So I want to draft that next, but it has to be open. It has to be open just like everything else. But you know what? Happy with this trophy. Did some climbing. Hopefully in the next draft, we can get into the double digits. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some booster boxes or some singles, check them out. Click that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for sleeves, deck boxes, life pads, and more. They have all the supplies you need to make sure you maximize your gaming experience. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.